If you live in New York City, you gotta listen up. There could be no more food coming to New York City because of a new judge ruling. So this was just posted here. Supposedly truckers are planning on stopping all shipments, foods, clothing, electronics, you name it, they're not going to New York City, and that's going to make people in New York City have no way to get food. They're gonna have to go out and go get food. Due to Judge Engoron's ruling against Trump and making him pay.
This is how legends are made.
Yo, anybody that's from New York, I suggest you get your food and supplies that your family's gonna need for the next few weeks right now. Because regardless if you like Trump or not, 85% of the truck drivers in this industry do support Trump, right? Look at this headline. Truck drivers rally in support of Trump. A bold protest erupts for NYC supply chain. There's thousands of these headlines. This ain't the only one out there. There's a viral video going around of a truck driver boycotting all NYC deliveries ever since Trump got hit with this $355 million fine. So I suggest you get what you need for what your whole family's gonna need. It's gonna be a drought. I'm just saying, but you should all be thinking it.
Yes, welcome back. This is an update pertaining to truckers. The mainstream media is picking this up and they are panicking. When you take a look at this article recently published by the Daily Mail, Trump supporting truckers refused to take load to New York after former president was fined $355 million in New York City. Yes, this started like a joke. When I first saw that video on TikTok, I saw it on Twitter. I didn't take it serious. If you have been following this channel, you realize I posted a video pertaining to this. I'm sure if you search about these truckers, you will see a lot of articles about it. This will tell you how they are panicking. It's a serious situation. So it is high time you should prepare. Before we go into this clip, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. And if possible, please share this video.
America is so damn ghetto. We got presidential nominees dropping shoes now. Let's say he win and you break your ankle in his shoe. Now you're going to be able to blame your broken ankle on the damn president? I already got a pair of these. I bought some on Fortnite. It look like you about to go capture a bunch of Pokemon with these on. This look like you want to go do a night out with your wife, but you on Mars and whatnot. Like what the hell is these foiled at? And Joe Biden, you better not even think about it. I know he done sold his out. Oh Lord, Joe Biden gonna drop some house shoes that make you sleepy. Like, can we hit the reset button on America or something with your dumb ass?
Well, they're tired of the warfare, the legal warfare against President Trump, and it's much bigger than President Trump. What it means to them is that our government is not playing fair with people who represent their values and their concerns, and that's alarming. This is not about President Trump himself as an individual. This is something bigger. This says that there's a group within our government, same group that prompted me to get involved, that is telling the American people, the American worker, the hardworking American that pays these taxes to the government, that their concerns don't matter. By attacking President Trump and bending and forming the law in such a way, that means it could be done to us. That means it could be done to any American citizen, and that is very alarming. That also means that the values that we cherish and keep are under attack. That means that every hard-working American that just wants to put in their honest day's worth of work, pay their little bit of taxes, well, those people don't matter. And these actions that have taken place against President Trump are sending that signal. Many of Americans that I've spoke to all across the Midwest and now in Florida have said the same thing. They don't feel represented by our government, not even in the least. And some of these people are even on the left. They don't feel like their best interests are not in mind of those we elect to represent us. So there's going to be a calling that's coming, and it is coming. Much like what's happening in Europe, the brave farmers who have stood up against their oppressive government, the brave farmers who have said, I've had enough. And numbers is power. And remember, folks, remember, Americans, we have the numbers. We do. And it all ends when we say we've had enough. And like many of you folks, I've had enough. I have. That's why I got involved. My approach was to get in and expose. And that's all I've done is expose whatever unethical practices that have taken place in government. And that's what I continue to do. It's the best way to put it. I believe that as Americans, we deserve to be heard. I believe that our vote matters. I believe that our children should grow up without the threat of their minds being under attack by a perversion. I have always supported those who were different than me, because at the end of the day, they're American citizens as well, and that matters to me. People on the left or the LGBTQ, I've never cared much what you did within your...
Yes, the truckers' boycott raises crucial questions about the intersections of politic comments and everyday functioning of one American largest city. With Trump vowing to appeal the ruling, the situation remains fluid and the full impact of the trucker stand is yet to be seen. New York City, already grasping with migrant crisis and financial strain, now faces an additional challenge as it navigates the consequences of this protest. The decision by truck drivers to withdraw their services in solidarity with Trump is more than a logistical headache. It is a political statement. Yes, trucker rally in support of Trump. A bold protest disrupt New York City supply chain. This is a big issue. This is accumulated anger that the people have seen. If you see they are now thinking to do this, it is not just about this. It means they have been angry. A lot has happened to Trump in this same place. So if truckers are now taking up a decision to come, not to even deliver in this place, is to look into what is going on. Truck drivers loyal to former President Trump have stopped delivering to New York City following his recent 355 fine. These collective actions reflect deep-seated political allegiances and could disrupt the city's logistic and economic vitality. In a striking display of political loyalty, truck drivers whose identities support former President Trump have launched a bold action that could ripple through the arteries of New York City supply chain. At the heart of this unfolding drama is a recent judicial verdict that not only imposed a hefty $255 million fine on Trump over fraud allegations, but also rendered him unable to harm any businesses within the state for 3 years. The ruling, stemming from a civil fraud suit, has ignited a fervent protest amongst a segment of the trucking community, casting long shadow over the logistic and delivery network critical to New York City Boston Live. In the wake of the matter Supreme Court decision, a wave of truck drivers has declared a refusal to transport goods to and from New York City. This protest, beginning Monday, is a direct response to what they perceive as an unjust attack on Trump, who along his sons was found liable in the fraud case.
15 minutes, and I'm talking of at least 10 drivers going the other way. I'm heading down from Southern Wisconsin, and they're going to start refusing loads in New York City starting on Monday with the bullshit. All right, you ain't got shit on Trump.
Yes, to perfectly understand what is going on, there is a video from CNN which I'm going to play, so you will see exactly what is going on.
And just talk about what happens in real estate development anywhere. So if you're a developer and you've got a building on a block anywhere in America and it's worth, let's say, $500 million, and you want to build a building right beside it, you go to the bank and say, this building is worth $500 million. I'd like to borrow a construction finance loan against this asset, And I want you to tell me it's worth 500 million too. And the bank negotiates with you and says, well, no, we think it's worth 400 million. And you fight it out. You're always trying to show your assets in the brightest light with the sunshine you can possibly determine for them. You want them to be worth the very most, because you're only going to get a 40 or 50% loan to value, as it's called. Then you borrow that money. In the case of a $500 million asset, maybe you get $250 million, and you build a new building with a construction finance loan.
I know how numb we've become